Hey, what's going on everybody? Jump Rope to Freedom. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Elite SRS Bullet Comp Speed Rope. I'm going to take you through my opinion of the rope, the good, the bad, the ugly, and what I think about it overall. Please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it if you did that. Okay, let's get into it. Alright, this is the unboxing of the Bullet Comp from Elite SRS. I've heard a lot of things about this rope. I've heard that it has a really nice design that allows you to change the rope pretty quickly, or the rope size pretty quickly, adjust the rope size pretty quickly without having to remove different cable attachments. So that'll be a good advantage over the crossrope bolt, which with the bolt's a great rope, but you do have to, if you want that 1 ounce rope or you want to switch from the 1 to the 3 ounce, it does take some time. And it does involve the use of their Allen wrench that comes with it. All right, this is how it comes in the mail, other than being packaged. I got this from Amazon. This comes in this standard plastic here. And we'll see what we have here. First time opening it. This is a double under / speed rope. And it is one of the more expensive ropes from Elite SRS. It was like $54.99, I believe. But I've heard good things. This is it right here. Nice spin right there. Wow, I barely even gave it a spin and it really does well. Let's try that again. Yeah, wow. That may be the longest spin that I've ever seen on a jump rope. That is impressive. It's still going. And the spin, especially on a double under rope like this, is going to be really important, because it's going to make the rope easier to turn, so it'll be easier to knock out consecutive double unders. It just stopped. That's amazing. I've not seen a spin like that on a rope before, and I barely spun it. All right, let's get into the rope a little bit more. It comes with these ties. Get these ties off here, and we'll get into exploring further what this rope is about. Well, the cable looks like a standard cable that you'll normally get. Seems like it's a little bit made up of a little bit different material. So we have this part here, and it looks like what you do is, it looks like it's kind of sized right here, and it comes on each side of the rope. So both the handles are down on this side of the rope, so when I figure out how to adjust it, which I think you do it by, I'm not really sure. Okay, I think what you do is you twist down, okay, and then that allows you to move the rope as soon as you loosen this. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjust it right now and move this part of the rope all the way down the cable. Because what I think you don't want to do is, the ending point is right here, so what I want to do is adjust the other side. I want to put this all the way down to the end of this cable and then lock it in right here. Very good. So the other side is going to require the adjustment, because anytime you have a jump rope and you see that metal cable, especially on a speed rope or a double under rope, because the Rich Froning rope has that as well, you want to stay away from that part of the adjustment, and you want to only adjust the uncapped portion of the rope. So what I'm going to end up having to do here is, if I want to, it's going to take some wire cutters to cut the end of this rope, and I do have a pair of wire cutters that I use. Since I moved, I haven't found them though, so I need to go down to my toolbox. I haven't needed them. So that's really nice how you can adjust it very quickly like that. And again, the spin is amazing. Another thing I like about this is one of the more expensive ropes, but you can see the logo is engraved into there. It's not like the Boxer 3.0 where the logo just rubs away after a little bit of sweat. But that's what you get when you have a line of products. You have the more expensive ones, and then you have the cheaper ones. So you can see that they've probably put a little bit more money and time into this one. I do like the handles. I think that they got some corrugation on them, so that'll keep it from slipping. The handles are really light. It'll be good to see how many double unders in a row I can do with this, because the record that I have right now is with the Buddy Lee rope, and I haven't tried to best I think it's like 330 that I did around 2 years ago. But with this rope, because of this spin and because of its lightweight, because the handle's lightweight and the design, I think that this may be a contender here. It also comes with this bag, and looks like the bag is plenty big enough to fit the rope and maybe some other gear in as well, which will be nice. So yeah, that's the unboxing of the Elite SRS Bullet Comp. Heard a lot of good things about it. Be taking it for a demonstration here shortly. Going to do some workouts with it to get some miles on it. Then going to come out with the full review. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, so I'm going to talk about some of the pros about this rope from my opinion. The first pro that I have noticed after using this rope for a couple months is the handles. These handles are made very well, and you can see they keep spinning. Probably got the longest spin time that I've seen on any handle that I have. You can see it's quiet, but it's still spinning even as I'm talking. And what these long spinning handles enable the rope to do is to be able to turn very quickly. One thing that I do like is that with the spin ability on this handle and how long they spin, I can do double unders very quickly if I want to. I can do double unders without rotating my wrist as fast if I jump a little bit higher, so it lets me vary up. If I want to do speed, if I want to do more of a sprint double under, then I can turn the rope or the handles a lot faster. But if I want to slow it down and do more of an endurance double under session, then I can slow down my wrist rotations. I like this rope sizing mechanism a lot. Once you get the rope sized to you, it's very easy. All you have to do is unscrew this mechanism here, and then you can size the rope very quickly like this, which I think is handy. It comes in handy, especially if you want to try different sizing with your rope. Maybe the rope is a little bit too short for you and you keep tripping over it, so you want to lengthen it, or maybe you want a little bit more of a challenge, so you decide to shorten the rope. I always keep a little bit of excess right here, because around this area is my comfort zone after I've measured the rope to myself. And it allows you a little bit of trade space here on either side, whether you want to lengthen or shorten the rope. You don't have to switch to another rope. You can just easily screw this or unscrew this and then size it just like that, and it ends up working out really well. And also with this rope, it has indentations after you've used about the same size setting for a while, so you can easily get it back into where you want it to just by observing the feel of the rope, how it feels when it runs into one of the indentations. You'll notice, and then all you need to do then is tighten it back up like this, and you're good to go. This rope is a little bit different. It's the first L-shaped double under rope that I've used. Normally, when you have a jump rope, the rope is coming out of the top of the handle. The rope would normally come out of this section of the handle up like that. But with this rope, it's a right angle. It forms a right angle. So you see here, the handle runs horizontally and the rope runs vertically out of the handle. What I like about this, with a rope that comes out of the top of the handle, you have a lot of turning and a lot more friction than you have with a rope that creates a right angle like this, because all it's doing is turning like this. It's not turning out of the side, so it's not going up out of the side. It's not bending out of the side. It's just like this. It's already done its bend, so to speak. So I've found that after using this rope for a couple months, it's made my double unders much more clean, and it's also a lot easier for me to do triple unders with this rope as opposed to the other double under specialty ropes that I have. I'm not that great at triple unders, but I've been able to do a lot more triple unders with this rope when I've tried to do triple unders than I have with most other ropes that I have. The other rope I have by Elite SRS is the Boxer 3.0. It has the same setup, the same structure. I do like this structure for double under ropes too, because you are focusing on one or two skills, doubles or triples, and this setup here eliminates a lot of the friction that you would have if the rope was coming through the handle and coming out of the top of the handle. Another pro about this rope is that it is fairly versatile for a specialized CrossFit type double under speed rope, which I do like a lot. I've used this rope before for cool downs and warm-ups, and it does work pretty well. Now, someone of my skill level, I'm not the best jumper in the world. I'm not able to do double under crosses with this rope, or I'm not able to do crossovers or anything where I'm crossing very well with it. I've tried it and I've tripped up a few times with it. But if you want to use this rope for a warm-up, maybe a 2 or 3 minute warm-up or a 30-second to 1 minute warm-up and then a cool down, because it is so light, it is very easy to use in that regard. So if you are dead tired, you've just finished a long workout, 30, 45 minute workout, or even if you've been going hard for 10 or 15 minutes and you need a cool down, this rope does do a good job with cool down. I've used it plenty of times with cool down, and it performs so well that it's very easy to use for an intermediate to elite advanced level jumper, and it doesn't take a lot of strength to use. So for instance, I don't think I would ever cool down with a cross rope quarter pound or cross rope half pound or a weighted rope, but cooling down with something like this is a lot better for me, at least because there's not a lot of weight to it, and it's a lot easier to turn the rope and just to get some movement toward the end of your workout. Now I'm going to get into some of the cons about this rope, and these are not things that I hate about this rope. Obviously, it didn't keep me from buying it. They're just some things that I think aren't optimized, that could be a little bit more improved. And the first thing is the price. This rope goes for about $55, which I think is a little bit on the expensive end. When I compare it to the Crossrope Bolt, the Buddy Lee Supersonic Rhythm rope, and ropes along that same vein, I think that this rope could be a little bit cheaper. Now, I do understand why the price is the way it is. This is a very well-made rope. It does perform exceptionally well, but I think they could probably drop the price down a little bit more. When I compare it to a rope like the Rhythm rope is a little bit thicker, has a little bit thicker of a cord than this, but it can still perform double unders. It doesn't perform double unders as well, but you can do a lot more with the Rhythm rope, and the Rhythm rope is about the same price as this rope. And also the Crossrope Bolt. I remember paying $69 for the Crossrope Bolt. This rope you can turn a little bit faster than the Crossrope Bolt, but with the Crossrope Bolt, it's about the same price, and you get 2 rope attachments, and the handles are just as good in my opinion. So I understand why they're charging $54.99 for this rope. I would probably buy it again, but I think that they could come down on the price just a little bit. Second thing I think could be improved, and this is not just with this rope, but with any rope that requires extra tools to set up, is the setup time. When you're buying a new rope, it's kind of difficult when you have to do a lot of extra things to get it set up. And with this rope, you do have to have special wire cutters. You do have to have special tools to get it sized to you. So it does take a little bit of time to get it set up and break it out of the box. But with that being said, someone who's buying this rope is usually somebody who has been jumping for a little while and understands that there are some ropes out there that require more setup time because they are more specialized with this rope. But in general, I like ropes that you can take right out of the box and you don't have to do too much with. You can get it ready right out of the box and you can start jumping right away. All right, now we're going to get into the actual review portion, going over the 5 metrics: performance, price to value, ease of use, quality, and versatility. And I'll start by talking about performance. Performance, I'll cut right to the chase here. Performance is a 5 out of 5 jumps for this rope. This rope is one of the best performing double under ropes I've used, if not the best performing double under rope I've used. These handles are absolutely phenomenal. They do get bigger at the end, so that means that you can grip at the end of the handle, or you can choke up like this. And sometimes in the middle of a long double under session, maybe 100, 200 in a row, I'll switch my grip up. I will choke up and then I'll come back down. These handles are some of the best double under specialty handles I've seen. You can see that with this spin. I don't think I've seen a double under rope, or any rope for that matter, spin for this long. And that spin time for me is directly correlated to how well the rope performs. So for me, this is a 5 out of 5 jumps for performance. Now I'm going to talk about quality. Quality is another 5 out of 5 jumps for this. These handles are very well made. They have the bullet comp engraved into the handles. You don't have to worry about the name wiping away, which I know isn't a huge deal for a lot of people, but for me, when the handle just wipes away, it makes it seem like there might be other portions of the rope that are cheap as well. This is definitely not a cheaply made rope from what I've seen. I've dropped it a bunch of times. I've done 200, 300 double unders in a row with it before, and it still holds up. The parts are made really well. This sizing mechanism here is something that I've never seen before, and it does a really good job in being able to easily change the rope's sizing out for yourself to where it only takes a couple seconds. You just screw and unscrew. So for quality, this rope is a 5 out of 5 jumps all day long. Right, ease of use. When I think about ease of use, I think about 2 things when I look at ease of use for a jump rope. The first thing I look at is how easy is it once you get it delivered, or once you go and buy it and you bring it back to your house or wherever you live. How easy is it to actually set up and use? And this rope isn't the easiest to set up and use, but most ropes like this that you get for CrossFit or double unders, they require a lot of setup time. They require some special tools. Sometimes you need to have some wire cutters, because normally the cord is made of material that can only be cut with wire cutters. And with jump ropes, it's an inherent part of jump rope. You have to size your rope to yourself if you're going to get the optimal use out of it. So it does take a few minutes to set this rope up, but once you have it set up, as I was saying in the review earlier, it is so easy to use. It's so easy to size to yourself that it kind of makes up for the initial setup time taking a good bit of time. Now, once you actually start using this rope, it is easy to use as well. I like how this rope is a right angle rope. That's what I call it, because you can see the rope, the way that the rope goes into the handle creates a right angle rather than coming out of the top of the handle. I think that that makes it easier to use, especially for double unders. If you're into double unders or CrossFit, I think you're going to find a rope like this is easier to use than a rope that has the rope coming out of the handle. That's just my opinion though. Some people might prefer a more traditional setup. I think that after using this rope for a couple months, I prefer a double under rope that has this kind of setup. But for ease of use, I'm going to give this rope a 4 out of 5 jumps. It is initially a little bit difficult to set up, and it can be a little bit frustrating if you don't have a tool that you have to go and buy it from Amazon or go to Lowe's and cut the rope down to your size. But once you get it going and once you start using it, it is very intuitive and easy to use because of the design and how the rope is set up. So 4 out of 5 jumps for ease of use. Now I'm going to talk about versatility. Ropes like these that are specialized, whether they're specialized for freestyle, whether they're specialized for CrossFit, whatever reason, whether they're weighted ropes, Anytime you have a rope that is specialized for a specific purpose or a specific set of purposes, versatility is going to take a hit. But what I do like about this rope is, even though it is a rope that is designed for double unders, it's designed for CrossFit type workouts, you can still do conventional single unders with this rope. It's going to be really difficult to do any sort of freestyle tricks or advanced boxing type tricks like the double under crossover with this rope. I'm sure some people can do it. I definitely can't. And if I wanted to, I'd have to practice pretty hard to be able to do any tricks like that with this rope. But you can do conventional single unders, you can do warm-ups, you can do cool downs. And if you want to go for a really long single under conventional jumping session where you're doing 10, 15, 20 minutes unbroken, this may be a rope that you want to do that with if you have already gotten to the intermediate level stage of jump rope, meaning you're able to do 100 unbroken jumps and you've been able to get your mind and body connection, because this rope is extremely light. For versatility, I give this rope a 4 out of 5 jumps, just because it can't do everything that you'd want it to be able to do, like a long handle jump rope like the Buddy Lee Roadmaster or Elite SRS Pro Freestyle, but you can do most of the important jump rope exercises with this rope. For price to value, I give this rope a 3 out of 5 jumps. It does come in a little bit expensive at $55, but I can see why they charge that money for that. These handles are exceptionally well made. They don't feel cheap. They have a extremely long spin time on it, meaning that you're going to get excellent rotations out of this rope. It's not going to take much effort to rotate it, so you're going to be able to do more double unders in a row in a shorter amount of time. One of the things I do like about this rope is that I can switch my speeds. A lot of ropes, a lot of double under ropes out there, there's only one way to approach double unders with that rope. Yeah, that is to jump higher and rotate your wrists more slowly, because the handles just aren't well made enough to where you can do speed double unders. And for me, I'm able to do speed double unders very easily and very intuitively with this rope. So I definitely understand why they're charging $55 with this rope. There are ropes out there that give you more bang for your buck. The cross rope bolt is one of those ropes. The rhythm rope, I think, is one of those ropes. They're around the same price range as this rope, and I think you get a little bit more bang for your buck with those two ropes. Also, the Buddy Lee Supersonic, it's not as good as this rope as far as performance and double unders go, but it's also $20 less, and it performs nearly as well. But as I said, price is a relative metric. It's all about what's important to you at the end of the day. Would I buy this rope again at the price tag that it is currently at, $55? Yes, I would. Who is this rope for? First, I'll start by saying this rope is not the best choice for someone who is just starting jumping. If you're just starting with jump rope, you don't want to get a rope like this because it is very light. The lighter the rope is when you first start jumping, the harder it's going to be for you to get your rhythm down and to establish any kind of muscle memory. Now, it's very natural in the beginning of jump rope to trip a lot, but you don't want to trip so much to where you can't establish some kind of muscle memory. And when you have a light rope like this, you see how short, you see how thin the cable is, you see the handles are very light, they're not very heavy at all. You're going to have a hard time establishing any kind of muscle memory. So what you want instead, if you're a beginner, is you want a heavier rope. You want something like a short handle 5mm PVC cord rope, or a weighted rope, maybe a cross rope 1/4 pound, maybe one of the RX ropes, maybe one of the many choices out there of short handle 5mm PVC corded ropes. You don't want a rope like this. But who is this rope for? If you're into CrossFit, inevitably you're going to be doing double unders. So if you are someone who likes going to the CrossFit gym and you're serious about your double unders, I think you should consider picking this rope up and either making it your main CrossFit rope or adding it to your arsenal of CrossFit jump ropes. Because if you are skilled, especially in doing double unders very fast, and you want to get a little bit better at that, or you're already where you want to be, you're going to be able to knock out a lot of double unders very quickly with this rope. So say you're in a competition to see how many double unders you can do, and you're going against your friend on the other side of the CrossFit gym, and you're competing with like 10 or 15 people. Using a light rope like this, if you already have the double under skills, you've already mastered them to that point, you're going to be able to knock out a lot of double unders very quickly, and you're probably going to win that competition with a light rope like this that has the 90-degree angle setup like this has, the 90-degree angle setup. So that's something to consider if you're a CrossFitter. I think that this rope would be a good addition to your kit bag. Now, you don't have to be a CrossFitter to love double unders and to be into doing double unders. So if you're somebody who likes doing multiple unders, whether that's double under, triple under, quadruple under even, or even higher than that, you should definitely consider this rope if you've gotten to the point where you can do 20 to 30 double unders in a row with a 5mm PVC cord. It would be cool to get this rope and to level up with this to see just how many you can do. I'm interested myself in seeing if I can break my double under record that I set for myself a couple years ago. I think it was around 320, 330. That was with the Buddy Lee Supersonic Speed rope. This rope is a lot lighter than the Buddy Lee Supersonic Speed rope, so I'm sure that I could break that. Even though I'm a couple years older now, I'd like to think I could. But that being said, I mean, this rope is great for seeing if you can break your old double under records because it is so light and because it is set up differently with this right angle approach. So who knows, maybe you can break your old PR with something like this. So if you are into double unders, triple unders, multiple unders, and you've already gotten to the point where you're able to do 10, 20, 30 double unders in a row with a 5mm PVC cord rope or a weighted rope, this rope is definitely worth considering. All right, everybody, I hope that you enjoyed this review. I have been getting some comments and questions about this rope for the past couple months now. I finally came through and did a review on it. Overall, I would recommend this rope for the people that I listed it for. I'm enjoying it so far. I think it's a great rope. It's helped me take my double unders to the next level, especially in the way of knocking them out very quickly. Because for me, it's a lot harder to do a faster wrist rotation and a shorter height jump for a double under than it is to do a higher bound and a slower wrist rotation. So I'm working on doing speed double unders where I'm able to knock out 50 to 100 a lot faster than I could with my other ropes. And this rope is definitely helping me do that. So thank you again for tuning in. I greatly appreciate all the support that you've shown since this channel came to be a couple years ago. I really appreciate it. I can't thank you enough for continuing to come by the channel. Please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, share the channel with your friends. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Send me an email if you want to. I get people sending me emails pretty much every day now, but I like to respond and interact with people and answer questions and things of that nature. So feel free to connect with me over email as well as through social media. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, jump rope to freedom. Peace, everybody. Thank you for your support.